reason for the European universities to take this mission is the benchmark in the globalization. How do the other countries do their homework? How do they develop new companies? And well, we have all in mind the US model, but when you go in Korea, when you stay in China or in Singapore, you see the same thing, and it's the way to win the fight for economic growth. So the European University has to benchmark with such organizations, like cluster with companies, like transfer skills with the PhD students, for example.
But if you look at Syria, I mean, you'd be especially aware of this because of the Paritech thing. If you look at the actual revenue that is produced to the universities, license revenue, spin out, fundraising, contract research, you can't support an educational institution on any of this. It's not a lot of money that actually comes in Europe. So why put the effort onto trying to encourage these commercial endeavors?
It's mandatory to begin with this new mission. We need money from outside, but for example, we are now backed by big companies for such scholarships, for such internship, and the link is facilitated by big companies. So there is some way to find something.
Roch, you wanted to add something?
A small question. First of all, I'm thrilled to see that the universities, both at the European level and at the national level, are taking more and more. It becomes natural for them that in addition to education and research, creating spin-out is part of their fabric or raison d'être. But I have a question both to Odile and Cyril is, what about pre-university? We find out, I think if I look at countries like China and India, where clearly science comes in the top 3 elements of when I join university, I enter into science. In fact, 2 out of the 3 qualification is some sort of science, both in China and India. It's not the case in Europe, where social sciences basically and have taken over. And I'm wondering what is being done at the European level and at the country level to foster also that dimension in secondary school, basically college.
We have, at political level, we have a benchmark, we benchmark a lot. We have a benchmark on math and science achievements at secondary level with a view to prepare, which by the way is the only benchmark which we have reached. But we do a lot in partnership with business, with this University Business Forum. Now we launched a high-level panel on entrepreneurship with the whole education area. So we support a lot to encourage in science. At the same time, I'm back to what I said earlier. The big challenges, the big economic and social challenges are transdisciplinary. And so science and technology is key, of course, but you also need to have more transdisciplinary approach. And that should be, by the way, one of the elements of the KICS. It's part of what is put in the approach. Because issues like climate change, like health related issues, a new area related to aging of the population. The new generation of ITs are areas where you need more interdiscipline, science and technology. Yes, and of course as a basis, but also others, an interaction with the others. And that's also why we are promoting at European level an alternative to the Shanghai ranking. So that I have been in Shanghai. We were together, I think, if I remember. But
another ranking?
Another ranking, yes, we have a feasibility study of a ranking which is, first of all, more multidimensional, because not all universities can be top research universities. And with the risk of everybody wanting to do research, you run the risk of mediocrity. If there is more specialization, students can also choose. They want to go to top research universities, but they may want to go to do something else. And so with this multidimensional ranking, where not only Nobel Prizes, even if it's very important, will be the criteria of selection, I think we will have more transparency for students and then attract those who want to go to research and not everybody doing medium scale research. And the second thing is by discipline, because again, you can be the best in nanotechnologies and not necessarily in psychology. So to have a much more diverse metric of the role missions of universities, as you were highlighting, employability, skills, mobility, spin-offs, and all the creativity, innovation, different benchmarks and different disciplines. I think with that, we can better identify for the best students where to go. Because they will know that if they want to do top research in nanotechnology, they should go in one university. If they prefer to go for a more societal aspect, they will go to wherever. And I think it's an important component. So we are trying to have this feasibility approach, which has been strongly supported by the French government, and which I think could help to better define the various missions of universities.
We are looking, for example, at the other part of the world, and we have good example in our partner in university. So yes, exactly. There are 2 or 3 real example, wonderful example in Cambridge, in Oxford, and in Imperial College of a spin-out backed by a private society, issued from the university, but now self-independent. So it's also a very impressive example, an amazing example of a success story.